Welcome back, OSL, to our Saturday singular game. We have Resurrection versus Renewal with Suffocation Pit Spirit for our first set, picked by Renewal. Then we have Mastermind, who will be played by Big G Money, Big Gunther, picked by Resurrection, of course. And then if it makes it there, we will have the Oni on an unfamiliar map, as Dead said. It's unfamiliar, I should say. I will introduce my co-caster, Mr. Luca. How are you?
Hi, Joms. Hope you're doing well. I am pretty excited for these matchups because Resurrection and Renewal, they're both pretty big names. They're also both really good teams. And honestly, I'm not 100% sure who is going to be taking tonight, but there is going to have to be a loser, unfortunately, Joms. But yeah, what do you think of this matchup?
Well, so I think this will be the toughest matchup of the whole first round bracket. We do have two teams that finished first. Oh, sorry, not. We have a team that finished first in their respective bracket in Group D with Resurrection, and a team that only missed out on first place by 1 point in Renewal. So losing at that gospel matchup, that infamous night of the 7 BOTBs. But we are going to see Resurrection off the rip here, put on a pretty mean stealth game, and a couple blokes here just hiding behind trees, and we do get a chase onto Alexandre. This is the SB, so maybe not the build we want to be getting chased. Does get a bit jiggy there, makes the window back TNL, so not a bad first chase there. Gonna use the first phase and making Mo use the second one. Shout out to Mo as well. Gonna short phase, and we're gonna run into a bit of a wall. I'm not sure if we make the filler now, and we get tagged right before, but we will make the shack pellet.
Yeah, I mean, getting M1 against Spirit is kind of setting up for a 2-tap here, as it does look like our Jack is going to be going down there. And yeah, right on the bottom side as well, potentially maybe a basement hook if we can look. We do have a little bit of progress here and a little bit of a pre-stuff also from Renato right there. And if we can go back, no, it does look like we have opted just for a bottom mid hook right there, as we are going to be checking out edge map, potentially finding a survivor. And you know, I'm kind of excited to see potentially Mo Cook. I know that he's quite a decent killer main, and you know, from what I've seen, he's maybe one of the more better SEA killer mains out there. And Gunfer is just going to be kind of just going away from the hook, potentially probably wanting a late pull, considering that, you know, this hook was quite early, and survivors kind of just need gen progress, as Mo does use his face to kind of just rotate to the top side of the map, Joms.
Yeah, G Money putting on a good stealth game there. I only see one bloke on a gen right now. I see Remnant pre-stealthing away. G Money's really close to the hook here. He's got Urban on, so he's going to try and get a stealth game going. Does get caught down here deep 7, I believe, or deep 5, I should say. And I don't know if this is probably the play. I'm not sure why he's the one setting up for pull here. Has to smash it, Resi and the Urban build, and he's just going to have to trade. And Mo just lets him just waltz on past him, and almost getting a bug there. No, not a bug, but tapping his mouse twice, maybe his M1. But there's going to be a straight chase onto Alex right down Shack, and Mo's just going to zone him and stunned again right on the pellet. And this should be a pretty quick chase now that I'm thinking about it, because I don't think there was anything on that 5-side Halo, and he does make the jungle gym mid and messing up the fast vault there, Alex is, and he's going to go full. He does have champion a lot as well. Does get quite actually destroyed around that pallet. Well played to Mo, and we do see the pickup onto G Money in the background there, and this is actually quite a good spot for Mo to be in, I would say, early on. Does have Devour Hope Penty as well touching up. That's a bit of a crazy build.
Yeah, I mean, getting that down onto Gunfer for that trade is quite detrimental when it comes to the survivors' pressure, as they kind of desperately need it, as Mo has had a really good start, was able to get Alexandre extremely down early, and already, once again, getting a little bit tapped. And it does look like Mo is going to be going this top side, probably wanting this penalty value, as, you know, he did kind of drift quite far away, but no, we aren't going to be going for the pull, I guess. Mo, I'm not too sure what's happening. Gunfer giving a little bit of free info and giving a free tag, and it does look like we are going to see Remnant going for that pull, and the FTP coming out as well. So it does look like Mo is going to be coming back to this mid map, and it does look like Alexandre will just be pre-running bottom. Maybe if we can get a stealth here, James, potentially we can see a good result. Although if Mo does find Alexandre, this might be a little bit bad as he kind of just does. And a little bit of a nice walk right there, going to be able to get that stun and blind with Champion of Light. And potentially having probably the Survivor side just needs some sort of good chase so that they can have some sort of pressure on the generators. I mean, having a death up 4 or 3 against Spirit is probably not what you want. And we actually do see the first injury coming onto Alexandre. I mean, Jones, once you're injured against Spirit, it's just really easy to collect that down, especially if you're on an Ormond file like Alexandre. But we were straining away just a little bit right there, maybe a little bit of fake, and Alexandre getting caught off guard. That's going to be a death potentially at full, but really well played from Mo. Honestly, John, this is quite insane. Alexandre just really needed to have a good chase there, and getting caught off guard is not what you need.
Yeah, it was really bad rewinding it all the way back. G Money gave up that free tag really early into that hook stage. They pulled early, forced the FTP onto Alex. He wasn't able to get that stealth with a pretty bad sequence of events if you're Resurrection. That's an early tunnel out. And although everyone is healthy in the 3v1, I don't really believe there's too much pressure going on. Yeah, we have C top mid regressing. I know someone was inner strengthening. I believe that might have been Curvin inner strengthening in the locker. We do see one pop, which is actually quite good. I think this might split up the gens a bit. This is going to be Gunther as well. So the man, the myth, he's going to be caught out at this Z wall here. I'm not sure. The RNG for the Survivor is not looking too amazing. They do have good fillers mid, but not really any fillers to connect. We're going to get tagged M1. Probably not what you need, but not much you can do there on that Z wall, as you know. And he's going to phase straight up, and G Money's not going to be able to win that 50. And Mo's playing absolutely crazy right now, able to get every phase. And honestly, this is just another hook straight up. I don't actually know if they have a lot of pressure around the board. I would assume not. The gens, they still have that 2 mid gens as well. This is very, very bad, I would say.
Yeah, this is kind of just like, I could probably just predict that this is probably going to be a 4K, and Mo is going to be able to drag all the way bottom from top so that he can patrol his generators bottom, as he can probably predict that they will be working these bottom gens. Just looking around with the face here and trying to catch some sort of Survivor off guard. And we do see a little bit of progress here, but it is going down because of Ruin. And we will just be looking around, probably just trying to find a Survivor. And right now, if you're on the Survivor side, you probably don't want to get found, as it would be quite detrimental. And we do actually see the pull onto Gunfer right there. And Raven was actually stealthing near Shack, so he will be rotating back. Good stealthing from Raven. It does look like Mo will be following the Survivor on the just off the map here, and hopefully potentially getting another down will probably potentially close out the deal, and will probably be a 4K result, James.
I mean, yeah, the best you're playing for right now is maybe a 4K one if G Money can have a good chase here. He's got to win some 50s on his side pellet. Actually able to win that as well on the short filler, forcing a bit of a full phase out of Mo. Tries to break away, does able to break away. Mo already does get the phase back. G Money winning this one as well, so that's 250s back-to-back winning, and this is actually kind of what you need. If you need a good chase, we do see, I believe that was the Pentamental in the background getting cleansed, and Gunther's going to be able to make this filler again, dropping it on the other side, vaulting inside main as well, so quite an experienced veteran play there, and he's just going to keep faking it over and over, and he's going to fake it for another time, finally does vault it, makes the filler too with Resi. That is insane behavior.
Oh my god, considering how fast Alexandre's death was, this is an amazing chase from Gunfer right here, going to be able to completely banish our killer player right here. Just, oh my god, Mo has been doing so well, and we finally see Gunfer getting down, but Raven is going to be able to pop that bottom gen, and this is really good, as we do also see Raven right there ready to pull Gunfer off of his second hook. So, oh my god, that was an amazing chase, and that might just be why, you know, Resurrection may win this set. That was a really, really well played chase from Gunfer. And we do see Raven also just starting a 6 generator right there. With Deja's, Mo also is just going to be trying to get his Penti value, and I do believe it was cleansed quite early on, maybe why that Survivor could have popped that generator. And it does look like Mo is also going to be looking on the 6th side, bottom side of the map, potentially trying to find some sort of Survivor. And Yeah, I mean, Jams, that chase from Gunfer, I'm sorry, I just can't stop talking about it. It was so good and a beautiful chase. Sorry, not a chase, a beautiful unhook right there. And Raven is also going to be getting found and tagged in the background a little bit right there. On the bottom side, this is not really what you want on the Survivor side, to be honest, not dying. You can't really just be dying in the generators, and No is going to be predicting that that phase right there and getting that down onto Raven for the reset and the unhook onto Gunfire Jams.
Honestly, yeah, the chase from G Money was amazing. I fear, I fear in the background they were doing too many side objectives though. Of course, although they are needed, they took a reset. They also took a totem to cleanse, and this gen down here on 7 sides about, I think that was about 50. Just from looking at the pistons there, and yeah, no, honestly, I think it's able to play for maybe 4K0 now, maybe even potentially outs, depending on how this next, 2.5 minutes goes. I think you'd have a bloke down bottom side, and maybe a bloke stealthing main. Yeah, we do see G Money at main, and we do see Remnant down bottom. So picture perfect. I think Remnant's just going to be there in case he does TD away from the hook. And G Money's going to play very, very safe off this top gen here. He is going to venture all the way top. Is Mo, and if Gunther can put a stealth on and Remnant can maybe walk into basement, I believe Mo did find Gunther, so that is very, very good ESP, I guess you could say. As I do have a frozen stream at the moment, I'm just going to assume he's juicing. I haven't heard a tag yet. Oh, we do. Beautiful. Does get the filler. He's escaping chase in the top right due to the blood points counter as well. So, I don't know. He must be juicing, bro. Didn't really see it, but does finally receive that tag. Does force out sort of a short phase there. Able to get that phase back really, really quickly. He's going to make main anyway. Mo choosing to go for a bit of a longer route there on the main. Gonna vault back out as well, and G Money is gonna do part 2, the remix, run it back of Get Looped, and honestly he makes this 1 edge filler, or sorry, this 11 edge filler, and he just has to loop up for a bit here, has to win a couple 50s. The spirit is 110, so honestly he just breaks away back to main, and this is honestly the play we see. I don't know if they're doubling in the background. I actually don't know if they're doubling, if they're double splitting. This could be so bad for Mo, so bad.
Oh my god, Jobs, once again, Gunfight is going to be playing so well right here on the main building. To be honest, I can't really tell if this is a double or not. I do believe maybe it is. And Gunfight, do you have a frozen stream not happening right? I'm not sure what's happening, but Gunfight is going to be able to waste so much time for his death here as he goes and he does right in main. So, I mean, that, once again, was a really good chase from Gunfight, to be honest. That I couldn't say what he could have done better. That was a really, really solid chase for Gunfire, and he's going to be unfortunately dying. And from now on, I'm not too sure what the split is, but from now on, it is going to be a little bit, shoddy for our Survivor side right here. And it does look like we have. Oh, I'm not 100% sure if the killer can look top, maybe. Oh, we actually don't have the worst gens in the whole world, but Raven, unfortunately, getting found right there in the 2v1, not really what you want, as I don't think a spirit chase would probably be 90 seconds long, but we are going to be seeing a little bit of juicing. But no, we are going to be giving that tag. And to be honest, Johns, I can definitely see why, Renewal was so confident in Mo. I mean, his spirit is definitely, up to par with the Resurrection Survivors. 4K1 is an amazing result, and the stream is very, very, very pixelated and laggy right now, but I did hear the down, so we do see Raven getting downed right there, and Mo is going to be rotating to the bottom side of the map, hopefully fighting Remnant and closing off this game. Although I would hope, if I was Remnant, I would be stealthing in the most safest place in the whole entire trial, Johns.
Yeah, they'll probably play for some sort of bleeder trauma tech, if you will, in a sense. I think it's worthy to note that Mo played this actually really, really top notch. I think Alex giving that free chase at the start maybe was a bit detrimental. I don't think people were really set up for the rotation onto gens yet. I think the build Mo also brought was just really, really too strong. I think when you bring Penty and you bring Ruin and then you bring Devour, and it's basically, I believe, off the top of my head, 4 totems you have to go out of your way to cleanse. Which is so much side objectives when you're giving up a couple of free tags on the sides, like, we saw G Money give up a free tag. He also got caught stealthing. There was another free tag given up, I believe, that was forced into a trade. So, Mo just capitalized on really everything. He looked a bit sharper than the Resurrection Boys did, although getting a 4K one, still a very, very good result. Definitely matchable. 4K2 for the win, however, excuse me, will be a bit of a feat that, I don't even know if, G Money will be able to, pull out. I think, if it is G Money, I wish him all the best because 4K2 on the Spirit seems very, very on the more impossible side than on the doable side. But you never know. You never know. I think a couple good chases from G Money this game was able to produce, so he's probably feeling the confidence right now. And I would imagine that he probably would be able to hone in on that. I guess you could say that zone that everyone needs to get into to 4K2. But we're gonna see Remnant here. He is playing the long game, and Raven is also really stretching by crawling all the way one edge there. So Mo sensing maybe a trauma tech at Shack, maybe a hatch play coming in here, and we do see Remnant all the way at Shack here. Maybe stealthing a bit too close to the hatch for my liking. Mo obviously agreeing with me and choosing to look all the way edge up mid as well. So he's predicting quite a fast stealth. He's even trying to sound here, sound out the. But yeah, Luca. Overall, what a good first game for what I would say probably is going to be the best matchup of our round one games.
Yeah, I mean, Renewal picking Spirit is probably something, future teams will look at this game and probably think, that Mo guy is really good at the Spirit. We should probably be banning that killer one of the first times, and we are going to see Mo is going to be actually checking these lockers. I'm not 100% sure where our near player is, actually potentially in basement, but I'm not 100% sure. But we are going to be just phasing around. Raven is about to bleed out as well. I'm not sure if that counts to anything, to be honest. And Revenant is just going to be stealthing behind a rock right next to the shack. And so it does look like Mo is going to be potentially leaving. So the stream is a little bit laggy, but no, he's going to be going straight back. And, Mo, he played really well this game, to be honest. Maybe a little bit of mistakes from our Survivor side contributed to this really good result for Mo. But, it doesn't look like our Survivor side even is going to be trying to play for it. Mo is just sitting on top of the hatch. And no, we are going to be closing it and probably playing for the exit gates. I mean, they are. Oh. I thought there was one bottom and one top, but this is probably going to be holdable for our killer player. So, I mean, if our Survivor player plays this right and Mo doesn't have, direct line of sight from one position, I wouldn't see why there's no reason for our Survivor to get out here. But
Remnant is fresh, so this will actually mean something. So with Remnant being fresher, this will actually eliminate that Tycon. So, excuse me for saying he's going to be getting a 4K too. He will only need a 4K one, I believe, if Remnant dies here. If I could be mistaken on that, but no, very very well played. That just clicked in my head just then, and I'm looking at Remnant's build. No wake up on the build, and I honestly feel like maybe he could have gone for a gate top, maybe. But yeah, honestly, it's a bit unlucky that he did get both RNG's top gate. Mo's really committing to this stealth top, like this look top, like looking for top, when Remnant is all the way bottom. Now again, I will get confirmation on it, but I'm pretty sure with this stealth, if this stealth does come through with I guess you could say the bleed out, in a sense, the end game death, I do believe it will be a 4K one result that will be needed from Gunther to actually get the win here. I could be wrong again. I will get confirmation in the intermission, but I believe from my knowledge that's what it will be. So that is honestly so huge. That is so huge. Like Remnant and Raven, I should say. No, I should be saying Remnant. My bad. And G Money, star performance from this set. Well played to both of them. Mo obviously capitalizing. He's going to be a bit upset with this one. I'm not too sure in the context of the grand scheme what this means, but oh my god, if that means something really big, which I think it does, that's a huge result to pull back. But We'll go into a brief intermission, and we'll come back right after this. Please stay with us. Team last round, being able to get that that full fresh out, basically end game collapse, that is awarded full points to the survivor team, I believe, or the killer, I should say. Sorry. It is Remnant on the Spirit, so I'm not too familiar with Remnant's Spirit, so I apologize if I sound a bit flabbergasted, but hopefully the bro can perform, and obviously Resurrection putting a lot of trust into his gameplay, and I hope he can perform. I really do. Looking for a chase down, I believe, on the 7 side. Does see Scratchy's Halo, and I'm not too sure who that might have been.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. It does look like Remnant will just be looking around the area after seeing the scratch marks and kind of just leaving, looking bottom, but I did see that one of our survivors have already crossed, so potentially some free progress happening right there. Remnant is still going to be looking for some survivor on the bottom side here, and actually finding someone. It does look like it is our Jake player going to be pre-dropping that pallet and actually giving tag, and you know, it does look like Remnant is actually going to be getting that very quick M1, and this is a really quick down, maybe even quicker than the other game jumps, to be honest. I mean, that was a little bit unlucky for Dog. I mean, I don't know, I don't believe that was wasn't it M1? I'm not 100% sure, but whatever it was, Remnant had power right after it and was able to, you know, secure that, a little bit of a two-tap right there, and yeah, I mean, that's actually not bad for a Remnant. Probably something that you probably will be hoping for if you were on the side of Resurrection Jumps.
Yeah, both survivors from each respective team failing to make the shack on the first chase, which is very interesting. That alludes to me that the killer players are very honed in right now. We do see a very early pull onto Dog, and Remnant's choosing to stand on business and look for the stealth, and we do find the Atom here for one edge, and that is actually so big, and we do get that M1 onto Sky, and Remnant choosing to go for the reverse mind game through main here, does catch up and does just try and walk through that and eats the filler. I'm not sure if that was the play. Really well played from Sky there to sort of just bait out Remnant's ballsiness there. Gonna drop the cracker, and Remnant gets blinded during that phase as well, so well played from Sky. This is going to be a matchup for the ages, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that quick down onto Dog was quite good for Remnant, but Sky able to kind of clutch up a little bit for actually decent, you know, chase around the whole main building right there, playing his distance with a beautiful firecracker, getting Remnant out of his phase. And yeah, it does look like we are going to be seeing the second hook, and I'm not too sure what Remnant is doing, to be honest. I'm not the biggest killer main, so I don't know anything about macro or what he should be doing, but he is going for freshes, it does seem, and not too sure what the reasoning is behind that, to be completely honest, considering that he's playing for a 4K, but you know, he would probably know better than me, and it does look like he's just looking kind of on the top side of the map here, kind of holding a choke almost. Maybe this will be the turnout, considering how much his camping potentially jumps.
I think maybe a potential swap onto a lesser build. We obviously do see Dog there having a no exhaustion build with a full sort of just gen stealthy build, which is very interesting to see. I believe this is A tier balancing. So I don't believe DS is available to our survivors. No, DS and Overcome and Delhi, all these perks is usually allowed on the Spirit, are not allowed on the Spirit. So it creates more of an environment where you sort of have to play slow, and Spirit is a set where macro will be able to shine, as you could say. But honestly, no, we do see the pull onto Sky here, and again, he's going to have to do part 2 the movie this time. Get looped, of course. Does just send the vault bottom. Does have this mid 6. Remnant's choosing to go all the way back top and has a 4-gen top, which I think he's eyeing off. And he really wants to really wants to go and, you know, sort of, I guess you have a chase top, sort of try and break them down bit by bit. We do see a balance there from ADHD. Shout out to ADHD. Had a really crazy set the other week, a few weeks back, on an Oni set. I don't remember. I believe it was this Clown Crew, able to jiggy that one as well versus Remnant, and he put on an absolute performance when stealthing edge map behind trees and all the rubble and all the rubbish, but unfortunately does get found here. He's able to actually hold chase for a bit, makes the one edge filler, does finally give up a tag. It is about half phase as well, so not actually going to be able to make any distance. We see a gen bottom getting done. That was a double. We're going to see ADHD full die top corner here, which is definitely the best play. From what I can gather here, Remnant's putting himself in a sort of a tough position here. He does have that 4-gen top again, so that is his sort of, you know, fallback here. But he's going to have to start, you know, putting on a bit more pressure. He does have Sky injured, but there's nothing stopping from a Survivor stealthing up this one side here, and sort of the other team, just the other two survivors, sort of just either sitting the gen or resetting or playing as slow as you possibly would need. We do see Lucky Boy caught out at the 4 side, I believe. The 4 side. I'm tripping. The 9 side, 10 side.
Okay, so we do see actually the pool right there, and if I'm not wrong, that was Renewal. And it does look like we did see a little bit of a chase onto Lucky Boy, but no, we are going to be leaving, potentially holding these top generators. Although, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the plan is from Remnant's side, as he's just kind of going for freshers, well, from the match so far, he's just going for freshers. And ADHD, quite a good tag from Remnant, just on top of ADHD, there's going to be able to get that tag. And like you said, ADHD, the demon stealther on that Oni set, was able to stealth 6 times, I believe, on that Oni set, was quite substantial, and was probably one of the reasons why that you know, they won that set. But we actually do see really good progress from our Survivor side right there. I believe that's a triple split from our Survivor side from that whole time. That is going to leave us at the tie con of 4K1, and Lucky Boy, I mean, is going to be stealthing, and it does look like we are just actually going to be getting found a little bit on purpose. We are kind of just in the open playing around the hill, but Remnant isn't interested. This is potentially a bait, Jumps, to be honest. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe if we can go on the Survivor side, they'll probably be working or doubling a generator, considering that Remnant is actually camping this. I'm not sure how I feel about camping this. You probably do want to check that one generator unless he just knows that there's no progress on it, but he's going to be kind of going up to it and then leaving. But the one generator is 99, so that, I believe that's just going to be the pop as he goes back, and that's going to be the win for Renewal right there. Really good, winning their own set of the Spirit. And obviously I can tell, to be honest, the Survivor and Killer side is obviously really you know, practiced and you know, really I don't know what the right word is. It's just really good, Jams. It's really good. I can tell that they've definitely scrimmed, and that you know, getting 4K1 mode, that's really good, to be honest. I mean, that's what you want. It's really good.
We are gonna see all the gens pop as well, like you said, Halo. So that will be the game first set, at least, to Renewal, which in the grand scheme of things could be very big. They are playing for the pool. Somehow Lucky Boy is sending it on the fresh hook for the bro. He's trying to Champion of Light away. We see the Protector President. He's blocking his own teammate in the corner. That is unbelievable of a sell job from the bro, dog. I can't lie, my brother. What have we done there? Nah, GG's though to both sides for that first set. That was really entertaining to watch. That was, you know, it was 4 fresh, 7 in the end, I believe, which is still not bad. It's still a good result on the side of Raven. That's just probably about average. And considering he sort of played a bit, sorry for lack of a better word, very pub stylish in this game. He played very well, all things considered. But yeah, that will be like as I said, the first set to Renewal. The second set being Mastermind, which does make things a little bit scary, considering that you do know that Mo is actually locked on the Wesker, as well as a few other killers like Oni. But Wesker is one of his predominant killers, so I'm a little bit frightened. I would be frightened if I was a fan of Resurrection or on Resurrection, because picking Wesker might probably come back to bite them in the bum, in my opinion. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But we'll just go into a really, really brief intermission and we'll come back. Yeah, please stay with us. I believe this is the Wrecker's Yard. We do have the Mastermind set. So very, very keen to see Big Mo on the Mastermind. We will have to wait for that, and we will be seeing, I believe it'll be G Money on the Wesker. So this is actually an amazing two killers going head to head right here. Like I said, probably one of the best killers in one of the best killers in Southeast Asia, trying to look for the edge map stealth. Does receive his wishes and finds the ADHD stealth. So ADHD kind of eating his own stealth. I'm not sure what G Money was up to there. Does get the throw with the beetle, and I'm not sure what ADHD is doing. I think this might just be 2-tap. He's gonna get tapped before he makes 12. That is so bad for the team of Renewal. The stream is frozen, I apologize. So if he hasn't been tapped, I will be embarrassed. No, okay, so he has been tapped. Lovely. My god, what a quick first chase for Gunther. As I was about to say, sorry, we are seeing a clash of two titans here. We see Mo on Renewal, and we're obviously watching Gunther right now from Resurrection. Two very, very, very different play styles. Gunther, very, very ballsy, likes to play aggressive, likes to play very, very in your face, and Mo sort of plays a bit more safer. We'll commit, we'll sort of, play a bit more territorial. So we'll have to wait and see what the superior, I guess, playstyle for Wrecker's Yard Wesker is. But honestly, you couldn't get any better. This is probably two of the top 3 killers in the tournament right now. Halo.
Yeah, I mean, ADHD, the stealth demon. Also with Urban Evasion, once again, probably from the owning set, probably, won himself that Urban on all of the sets where you are allowed it, which I believe is probably like most of them. He is going to be getting found and just getting tapped. It did seem like he was kind of standing still for a little bit, so that could maybe be a spec fee that maybe could have been ADHD, but we actually do have decent pressure, and Renewal is going to be leaving ADHD probably to go second, as I don't see any of them rotating for this pool. So, this is probably what you want on the killer side, to be honest. It's really good to let this survive, for the survivor to go second, but that tap was pretty game changing. One of the first things Gunther's looked behind, is just found ADHD just right there, the stealthing demon, by the way. And it does look like we are going to be seeing this. I can't really tell which survivor it is, but we are going to be seeing a survivor rotating for this pool, and an FPP actually coming out. And oh my god, we are just going to be getting thrown edge map, not going to be getting tapped though. Sky is going to be taking potentially a hit right here, and a little bit mind gaming on the rocks here, maybe losing the survivor, but no, we do find ADHD here. Not going to be proved off in this. A little bit of Mastermind right there is going to be able to get that first hit, and ADHD is going to be sending it all the way to the bottom side of the map, which I only can assume is the death spot. Another survivor is going to be coming out here, taking another hit for ADHD right here, making sure that ADHD stays alive, because what you need on the survivor side, you can't be letting ADHD die so early. We do see the third generator of the trial popping, and ADHD getting a little bit mind game potentially right there. Gunther is going to be using his dashes around the shack right here, good popping, but no, the patience from Gunther is amazing, and ADHD is just going to be going down, and that is probably, I believe they did let ADHD go second if I'm not going crazy, so that is just going to be the death. And, potentially maybe if we drop Shack, we could have made that death spot and prolonged that chase a little bit more jams, but oh my god, that was really good from the survivor and killer side. Unfortunately, ADHD did get caught off guard a little bit, and good dashes from Gunfo was able to get ADHD thrown and dead.
Yeah, I believe that Egg Medallion, Egg Beetle, very, very, very favorable add-ons on the Wrecker's Yard, and G Money proving why that is a death at 2. We have to force the reset onto Dog. He has to spray as well. Sky also needs to be hugged up in the background, and honestly, yeah, it's it's pretty bad. We do catch the reset. We see Dog running into G Money, and that is so bad. You've just spent time resetting, and now you've run into the killer. No, that is such a bad turn of events for Renewal, and Gunther just again honing in right now. He's really trying to win this for Resurrection. He needs to win this, and he's gonna just take this chase onto Sky instantly, forcing an early pull. Is probably what he wants, and I believe he fakes the power there. They are going to pull, and I believe Sky will make the shack. He is going to zone break this here, opting to not go for the shack window there. And we are going to continue the chase onto Dog, and Dog is at the shack. We actually ran into Gunther there, so we could make the shack. Very interesting play. Does have a Jungle Gym 6 now. He's going to probably have to jiggy one or two dashes here. Gunther pre-pulling up. If he has Deep 6, this could be good. He doesn't have Deep 6. No. Excuse me. He's going to have to somehow jiggy all the way back. I don't know if he makes this. Gunther's just going to sort of walk him down. He's going to have to choose to opt to die Deep 6 now. That's very good death spot, I believe. Deep 6 is the place you want to be dying on Wrecker's Yard, especially when you have 10, 12, Shallow 12 that is, and Shack. Not too sure what the other gen is. I believe it might be over the one side. Could even be down 9. I'm not too sure, but we are going to be seeing Lucky Boy all the way on 12. Sky's going to be pre-stealthing up a bit early, and Gunther sensing that and trying to have a look around. Maybe he can catch. I don't think they would be this deep, though. He's obviously just going to full send this now, probably apply his eruptions, might even do a quick look around. He's going to opt to go back for the tunnel. FTP is coming out as well, so this is going to make Sky very vulnerable. He probably should be walking, giving less information, and this is very bad for Sky. We probably should have, like I said, been walking. He's going to get into chase very quick. G Money's going to just vault. He's going to get Life Brain right in Halo, and that is very bad. He's going to be able to drag top now and hook on the active gen in the gens. This is so good for Jay Dazza. My God, someone's been thinking about Jay Dazza. G Money, that is. So
I can definitely relate to the Jay Dazza thinking, and Gunther is going to be looking one here where we are going to be finding Lucky Boy, not going to be vaulting that, and a little bit of nice movement from Lucky Boy, probably just going to take this M1 and make his way all the way down as we can find the unhook onto Sky right there. And oh my God, a little bit of Wesker right there is going to be able to get that down, but we aren't going to be able to get that down, unfortunately, because we kind of just threw it into the open, unfortunately, right there. But we do find Lucky Boy, although he is a lot more deeper into the map than what he was, John. So we are going to see an okay death spot from Lucky Boy right here. No agi or anything, so he probably will just have to hook on this bot 6 hook. And you know, this is looking a little bit. I mean, if the survivors clutch up right now, I definitely think this could maybe be a 4K0, 4K1 or out potentially. And doesn't look like Dog is actually just going to be camping right next to the hook, as I can't really hear or see anything right now, unfortunately. But yeah, no, we are going to see the unhook onto Dog right then. Lucky Boy is going to be right then. Potentially, maybe if the survivors can play a little bit more on the slower side right now, can just all rotate to the bottom side of the map. I can just all heal. That'd be really good. But we do find Sky here on the not the free side, the 9 side of the map. Here, potentially, I believe it was Life, so he's going to be proccing Life, making that death spot. And Gunther is going to be opting to leave here to this main generator where we are going to find Dog. So, you know, the survivors probably are forced to play aggressive with generators right now, unfortunately. Dog is going to be giving that free tag, maybe a little bit of a mistake right there from Dog, but we are going to be leaving once again. So right now, if Lucky Boy can stealth, this would be pretty good. Potentially, maybe, you know, a triple reset could get the survivors doing well again, but we are going to be, unfortunately, finding Lucky Boy. And oh my God, a little bit of nice pathing right there from Lucky Boy. Probably knows, or no, definitely knows how the Wesker bounds work, and a little bit of nice. Oh my God, we go for the bound on the window, but that is just not going to be connecting. So Lucky Boy, this chase is this chase is just going to be so much more longer than it needed to be, and it's going to be jigging all the way down to the bottom side of the map, where he's going to be going really deep into the map here, and he is just going to be going deep 7. So it does look like we have traded Lucky Boy stage for 2 resets right there, Johns, and you know, this is actually probably more on the better side for, you know, our survivor side here, although we have little to no progress and there's still 2 generators in the tribe, James.
My lord, that was one of the reasons why I severely hate playing this killer. We did see a reset in the background. We did see a spray onto both our survivors. Now, what this means is they're actually really trying to send it. They believe they can out this, which I also believe they can as well. Now, G Money needs to actually perform here. Now, there's going to be a big spot in this game because as the early pool does come through, the FTP is also coming through. So I believe now, if this person, whoever is up at 12, can just put on a bit of a stealth, which I believe they have, it's going to force G Money to have to go all the way back and look for Sky now, who is the FTP. Now, again, what does this mean? It means that if the person on 12 here was able to stealth, which they were, they're able to sit back on this gen for free, and all Sky has to do is sort of just last, which he's not going to be able to. He's going to get dashed on in literally 13 milliseconds, and that is not what you need if you are Renewal. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't think so, but I mean, if this 12 survivor can stealth, oh no, definitely cannot stealth. We do have the eruption, unfortunately, probably needing to call that eruption. I mean, if we could have stealthed and we didn't get eruption done right here, this maybe could have been fine on our survivor side. Gunfer, considering Gunfer probably had to leave for this 12 generator, dog is going to be getting found, getting infected, and maybe, just maybe. We do have a bottom gen, so potentially, we actually have a really good split. Dog's just going to be vaulting right into the killer right there, and I do believe, if I'm not wrong, Dog is Deathhook. So, if I'm not wrong, and no, Dog is Deathhook, so this is going to be forcing the 2v1. Unfortunately, I think, Jams, this was looking really good for the survivors at one stage, but after getting the eruption aura and finding Dog and Dog not having a good chase, this is definitely going to be probably a 4K2 or 4K1 in my personal opinion. It does look like they did reset for a Dog's chase, and oh my god, actually we can't kick the generator anymore, so that might be something what comes into play right there. Gunfer can't kick that 12 generator, what has mass amounts of progress. So yeah, James, I'm actually not sure. Maybe if they play the 2v1 really well, they can pop that 12 gen and get 4K1. But it does look like we can't really stealth. This guy did kind of just spray, but no, it does look like Gunfer is not going to be going for that. But we do actually find Scratchy is running to this 12 generator right here, kind of trying to cut off some survivor, trying to pre-run to the 11 side. And I mean, this is looking really good. Now Survivor's had a little bit of a tricky swing through the pallet. Is going to get Lucky Boy injured, and Gunfer has 2 bound. So this might be a tap in the generator's charms. This is not what you want in the 2v1, that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah, best result is a 4K1 right now. Now, I thought Gunther would have noticed before that when the gen didn't, I guess turn back to red, that he's run out of kicks. So that eruption actually not being able to proc onto that 12 generator anymore. As you said, that is going to spell the death onto Lucky Boy. I don't actually his death. I mean, metaphorically, he's on the hook now. No, he is dead. So we're going to have to find Sky. It's going to be a foot race to the hatch, I believe. And honestly, we don't see Sky in sight, and I don't know if you can really play for gate potential on this map. Gunther played amazing this game, amazing. We have a gate 6. If Gunther can turn around, maybe show us the other gate. It doesn't really make a difference anyway, because we are going to be seeing Sky get straight onto 6, and he is going to see him. So that will be a 4K2 from G Money, and honestly, that is one of the better results of this tournament that I've seen against a good team. That is an amazing performance. He is G Money proving why he's one of SEA's best player. Your C commissioner himself, the GOAT. Honestly, double glaze. Hate on me if you need to, but we're gonna be seeing Mo Halo next. And honestly, if there was a man to step toe to toe with G Money, it would be Mo. Mo is built like that. And considering the fact that it's a Wesker set, I would be, kicking my feet a little bit, swinging my feet under my chair as, because I'm short, my feet don't touch the ground. Because I'd be scared to play Mo. I would be really scared to play Mo. But with all that being said, gonna have to take a short intermission. Please do not go anywhere. These games are electrifying. Some of the best games you're ever going to watch. Dead by Daylight competitive in general. So stick around. We'll go into a short intermission. We'll be back. Our part 2 of our Wesker set, we're going to be seeing more money, more problems. The biggest
baddest man from Northeast Asia, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if you are from anywhere that is not Northeast Asia, Mr. Mo. But regardless, still the biggest man in Northeast Asia, even if he doesn't live there. So what does that tell you? Regardless, it's gonna have to be a 4K3 win con. Now, if he was to do something like this of this caliber, I think Mo genuinely might go down as one of the best players. This might just be one of the best seasons from a single killer main that I've seen in Mo. Just this tournament alone. The whole tournament he's played absolutely amazing. I think he's been outed one time, and that was after a fourth TB versus Gospel. Again, I think it's worthy to note, Mo played every single killer that day versus Gospel. Gospel had a few boys jumping in playing killer, so, you know, that needs to be recognized. But again, we're talking about Resurrection versus Renewal, the game we have in front of us. So honestly, Mo needs to perform. It does find his stealth very, very early on here. This is going to be the Ace Visconti, our Curvin. He is going to run all the way down to 3. So just jigging to the corrupt. Mo says, you know what? You can have the bus for free, mate. I'm just going to leave and have a geeze at Shack. Probably go down 8 side here, because I don't really care that you're jamming over that side. We do see a crow fly up. My heart would tell me this is going to be Alex. It is Alex. He's getting to throw an edge map off the rip. Mo opting for the same build in the background. Side note, by the way, this is going to be a 2-tap onto Alex. He's going to have to just run edge map 11. And Mo missing the 2 easy dashes edge map. What a mechanical fumble from Mo. The first I've ever seen in my life. He's not going to connect on the second set of dashes either, Halo.
That was literally the most easiest 2-tap I've seen in my whole entire life. The throw from Beetle. Oh my god, Jumps. We should have it down right now, and we are over halfway through Corrupt right now. Mo needs this down right now. Alexandre will be playing this 10 tile quite well. Not jigging away a little bit of a mind game from Mo is going to be able to get that down. He's going to be getting thrown just into nowhere, but Alexandre will probably just being we'll probably just try and force this down edge, and it does look like he will be going down, trying to flip back, and that Penty value right there, and picking. He's kind of on the pallet. I don't think we have a pallet save. No, we don't have anyone for the pallet save right there, so we will be seeing our first hook on the trial near that 2 area. So once again, Jams, that down took a lot more longer than it had to. Probably a little bit of nerves from Mo. You know, he knows he needs to play for this. Almost like an unrealistic result, to be honest, but you know that was just crazy. The fact that Alexandre was able to sidestep that dash has probably will most likely change this game result and determine who will actually win. And it does actually look like we do see Gunfer here on top of the hook right now, and just kind of stealthing around. It does look like he's just going to be playing around the bus here as Mo is going to be leaving. So potentially, no, he's just going to be kind of drifting away, kind of staying. Okay, it does look like he's just going to be. It does look like Mo's actually just going to be camping for the second as our 2 survivors, Coven and Raven, do play. And it does look like Gunfight is going to be showing himself. Maybe a potential for 2-tap right now, Jarms, with the Beetle and this hook edge map. I don't think it would be that hard, to be honest, Jarms. It does look like Gunfer is just going to be leaving, letting the survivor go second, and I can only assume Gunfer will probably maybe rotate and start a new generator, Jarms.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, 4K3 WinCon it's a hard feat to match. Gunther very strategically pressuring that hook there. Mo has to sit there and camp it out while 2 blokes sit on the background on gens for free. So yeah, it's very, very interesting because they honestly might just let Alex die here, and I wouldn't hate it one bit. Especially if they get those 2 gens in the background popped and get a really, really nice split going. Mo does have, oh my god, he has 3 for Shack, then he has 9 over here with Penty in the middle. So maybe playing for a potential Tycon, as the Tycon is 4K2, does have both Penty stacks up. So I believe, if my mathematician and my knowledge is right, I believe that is now 20% slowdown if it's 10 per totem. If it's 15 per totem, obviously it's 30. So quite a bit of slowdown on the generators, but we are going to see 9 in the background pop. And I will think that this might just be the set win for Resurrection here, as we do see Alexandre, who's had an absolutely amazing chase this game, does get caught up there on the wall, does get downed as well. Gonna be a quick dump hook. That's him dead, so I do believe 12 has a lot of progress. Maybe if we could just have a flick around and see. No, Curvin choosing to pre-stealth there. Gunther's not going to be able to commit the totem at Shaq, and now we're in a bit of a sticky situation where you have Shaq 3, 4, and I'm not too sure what the last year. 12, obviously. I apologize. So we do see Claudette getting somehow away with a throw edge map. Raven there, luckily not to get thrown into that edge map filler. Would have spoiled a 2-tap in my opinion, but Raven playing this edge map very, very nicely and is able to full commit and play back to 6, and he knows that Mo is not going to commit, which is very, very, very good from him, forcing Mo all the way back up top side. Gonna have to find a better chase here. Does see Blue Hat Renato caught out at the 2 maze tile here. G Money as well, having really, really good chases today. We are seeing Curvin rotate in the background for, I believe that was the 12 gen. Gunther is going to take a tag there. He's running 12 here, so I believe Curvin may be on a separate gen. Not on 12. I'm not too sure what Curvin's actually doing right now. He must be on 12, yeah. Curvin was on 12, so yeah, the killer opting to leave now and chase Curvin. If we could, yeah, well, thank you. Swap to the killer chasing the bro top. We are going to get a tag there, edge map onto Curvin, and Mo pulling up power. This could be a down on the top generator. Is going to get it. Might choose to slug here if he wants to. He is going to choose to slug. Now, if he finds G Money here, this could be trouble. This could honestly be a tie potential. I hope that Raven can stealth his little bum off, because this is going to be big. Because I think he's going to find G Money here at Shaq Halo. He is.
Looks like you're eating your mic a little bit there, Jones. It does look like Mo is actually going to be able to find this other survivor. I mean, if you asked me 2 minutes ago, James, I'd probably say that, Resurrection have this in the bag, but after some free chases, some free tags, a free down on the generators, this might just be a little bit more rough for Mo, although the survivor side, might be more rough on the survivor though, for the survivor side, all they need to do is pop a 1 generator, and oh my god, to be honest, if Raven was just sitting the 5 generator right now, I wouldn't even, complain, to be honest. And if he does pop this 5 generator, that is going to be the win. But no, it does look like he isn't going to be on any generators. Raven is going to be stealthing for this potential pickup onto one of these survivors. And this is looking really... this could go either way depending on how they play it. It doesn't look like we have anyone there. It does look like we are going to be kicking this 12 progress generator. And so this is actually really nerve-wracking, to be honest, Shams, because any one of these sides could win it depending on how they play. If Mo just messes up one time, that could just be game, or that's the same for the survivor side. But they've already kind of made a detrimental mistake by just letting the chasers the chasers haven't been that good, and also on the same side they have given away quite a bit of free info, although 12 and 5 have so much progress.
Yeah, Resurrection's backs are proverbially against the wall right now. We are seeing a bit of goose chasing. We do see a bloke there getting caught out at 11. This is going to force the pull. Gunther all the way 11 edge. Raven's going to have to rotate in now. G Money is going to just force the pull down 11 side here, which is very, very... I don't know if that's what they need. Forcing pull is good no matter what, and I think in most situations, but I don't know, the lack of gen pressure, the gens are all going to regress. They have to reset Curvin now, or else it's just a really big throw. And I don't know, the fact that Mo's in this game and can tie this up is actually really, really scary, because you'd think 4K2 on the West is a safe result versus any team. You'd think you'd be able to lock in and, pop 4 gens versus a Wesker, but Mo proving that task might be a little bit tougher than what I was led to believe. But he's just really, really rotating around his gens, just doesn't want to slip up. Knows what it means if he does let one more generator go. Knows it's a loss. Knows it will have to go to that only tiebreaker, which another one of Mo's favorable killers. The reset at 12 has been called out, might I add. I'm not too sure why we were resetting 12
on the active gen. I could only hope that our Claudette, not our Claudette, sorry, our Aces and John and Jet in the background. Very nice jiggy there from Raven. Very, very tight corridor bottleneck there to be able to jiggy that very, very high standard play. And he's going to chase all the way 11 is Mo. Probably just going to commit for a tag, I'd say, and then leave. Does get the beetle throw. Is going to go straight into that 10 filler. Does make this extra little filler. Mo swinging. Gonna have to go back now. He's getting paranoid about his gens, as you should be. The reset has not come through onto any survivor.
Oh
and
my.
is the gen popping? That is the 1-1. Well played. Very, very esoteric, as my boy Sir Smoke would say, from Curvin to sit that gen. And if you know, you know. My God.
That was amazing, Raven. I mean, the reset getting found 12 is obviously not good, Jumps, but Raven was able to clutch up a little bit and had such a good chase to the point where Curvin was able to pop that generator in his face. That was really well played. That is going to be 1-1, and we are going to be going to the tiebreaker of, I believe it's Oni, Jumps. And oh my god, this matchup has been so good so far. I really do. It's really amazing to see these two teams versus, to be honest, because to be honest, I'm not 100% sure which one may be better, although we do see the reset onto Curvin. Raven getting down on the 12 side right there. And this is probably potentially being a 4K1, although they might have some sort of progress considering that, Raven's chase was quite juicy and they had to, people up during that whole chase.
I mean, yeah, I just saw the replay from the start of the game where Mo missed that early dash onto Alex edge map, and honestly, if he had converted onto that, this could have been very winnable, all things considered. He put a lot of pressure on them the whole game, and the one moment he let 5 slip, he overcommitted 12, which you have to commit to that. They put him in a situation of very, very critical thinking, and unfortunately Resurrection were able to outlast Mo on this occasion. With that being said, though, I want to take away from this game a little bit, as we do already know the result and the outcome, although I will hover over in the background. We do have Oni up next now. That is still going to be Mo versus Gunther. So as it stands right now, G Money is 1-0 versus the big Mo right now. In terms of the bragging rights, the who is the better killer on the better team. But honestly, I do think as we see Raven make that, I think that was Rezi. That has to be Rezi. I think I spot a Rezi user from a mile away. It does slow vault, I believe, if that's what I heard correctly. Or just jiggied away with Dance With Me. No, just choosing to go for Gunther here, deep 7, but sorry, deep 6, I should say. Deep 12, sorry, I should say. My bad. Shade comms. But no, honestly, yeah, very well played to Resurrection. They really deserve this set in particular. G Money played out of his mind. Raven played out of his mind as I'm speaking. G Money making me look very good on the cast, like I know what I'm talking about. Send Bolt, as they would say, is not going to convert on those dashes, and Gunther just having a bit of a nice chase here, just proving to Mo, hey buddy, I've got you next on the killer. It is going to be my we do see the gen in the background pop as well. Mo sort of just full committing. I think he understands the result, and Gunther's still somehow living on this filler. My God, bro, I don't mean to undermine this, but I don't know how he has not died yet. Still somehow alive, winning that vault again. And my God, big fella, you probably should just kick this pellet, Big Mo. I can't lie. G Money just winning all the 50s. Does make the vault now as well. Does double vault. Does fake it. G Money, he's honing in. Fakes it. He's honed in. Sembo. Jiggy. Oh my Lord. Oh my gosh.
That is amazing from Gunther. The game is already over and he's having such a good chase. That tile against Wesker is actually so good because you can barely use your bound, and also the killer is kind of just forced to keep swinging over and over again as you have no visual sight. So really well played to Gunther right there. That was an amazing last chase. That had to have been at least a couple that had to have been over a minute. Surely that was insane.
And as I said,
we will get in to our Oni set. So please, please do not leave us. Please stay with us. It's going to be the biggest matchup, probably before the grand final. Is yeah, that's from me, from Big Jams. I said it first, and I know the schedule, mate. So don't worry, I know it. But we'll take a short intermission. Please stay with us, and we'll return very, very briefly. And welcome back, OSL, to our tiebreaker of Renewal versus Resurrection. Quite a matchup we have on our hands. It's probably one of the best games I've seen in recent time, in live color, casted personally as well. Funnily enough, the last time was unironically when Mo was there on that infamous night. Tavi, you were there. Shout out Tavi. Bankar, you were there. We were all there. Regardless, moving on, we are going to get into our match tonight, our tiebreaker, that is, sorry. It is only Dead Sands. Now, as Zeno said before, who cooked? We did cook. It was a replacement map. I believe only... I could be wrong. I believe Oni was replaced for Deathslinger when he had the visual bug, and we kept him on the same map as Deathslinger, which was also Dead Sands. So regardless, you would have had a Dead Sands map this season. The only probably more suited fitting for this sort of map than Deathslinger anyway. So bit better for Mo, I'd say. He is very confident on the Oni, and we are going to take our first chase onto the Nia. Big dog curving, bark at him, big fella. He is going to full just try and loop Shaq. I'm surprised Mo's actually committing this right now. He's just going to full chase this. Has brought the same build 3 games in a row, so Mo... I'm not too sure. Not much diversity from Mo this game. Obviously, must have been scrimming very, very, very heavily with this build. Does have the Fang and the frequency add-on. Forget what it's called. Very, very common, renowned add-ons for the Oni. Now, we are catching out Alex at a 4 lane here. He is going to bolt into the killer, and that will be our first tag in the trial versus the Oni. Not the place you want to be called out versus the Oni when you're waiting to sort of... I guess not waiting, but sort of trying to avoid giving first tag again. Shaq has already been used. There is more safe spots on the map. Anyway, regardless, Alex is into chase. Straight down to this, I believe, 7 side. And he's going to play this... really, really good filler here. It's actually a double filler. Mo's going to choose to opt to try and bloodlust him around. Does kick it instantly and still has to commit. Going to get the blood up from Alex and choosing to do a little helicopter there. Getting some mind games going there. Just flicking back and forth Halo. And my God, this is a very, very long first down.
Yeah, I mean, that chase from Alexandra was really good. He used, Shaq to his full potential. He played distance off of the Shaq and was able to make the most likely death spot as he did stay around here. So, and also it did last, the first down did last all the way until just before Corrupt did end. So that was really good from our survivor side, and Mo might have a little bit of problems here. I'm not 100% sure what is happening, I'll be completely honest, but it does look like Mo is going to be popping his power and moving around the map, potentially trying to find some type of stealth for this pool, and going around the generators. And we do actually find Renado just right here, just chilling, dropping that pallet on Mo's heading. Gonna be just, oh my God, 90-degree flick right there onto Renado. Gunfire. Oh my God, we probably want to be just pre-dropping that, considering that it is only in power, and Mo is going to be sending it all the way back after getting that slug onto Gunfire. So really well played from Mo. I mean, Gunfire just giving a free down right there, probably not what you want. I can assume that there is probably some type of survivor around here ready to pull, but yeah, it does look like Mo is probably just going to be ending his power right on top of Alexandre, and is probably just going to be securing this second. So yeah, a little bit of an interesting start, to be honest. Charms Gunfire just gave a free down right there.
Yeah, it was... Gunther, unfortunately, after all the aura he retained last game, sort of lost a bit there, getting caught out very, very early in the trial. I'm surprised Mo did actually, pop the power, be backed himself in to get the down, went back to basically force the second, force his tunnel out very, very, very early into this game. And my God, it goes to show that it's just really tooth and nail between these teams.
it's really, really a nutrition battle. Whoever really has the stronger mental, I believe, will win this one. And if Alex can sort of lock in here and have a decent chase, as we almost get caught out at the 4 lane, as Mo's trying to get cheeky with it, he is going to double back. We do see, I believe, this is Remnant coming in to take a body for Alex. As I was saying, though, we do need Alexandre here to just perform. He just needs to perform and have a good chase. If he can perform for his tunnel out, have a really, really solid chase against the Oni power, which I know is a tough task, but if he can somehow do it, he will not be doing it. That is a slight flick around the shack pallet. He's actually choosing to opt to break, sorry, not to break, break away, sorry, to look around the gens. No, he's just sort of, having a big wind up to pick up Alexandre there. I'm not sure what that was about, but regardless, this will be his tunnel out. What I'm assuming will be at 3 gens. Assuming one does pop in the background as on schedule, as it probably should, as I could be wrong. But the pressure right now from Mo is looking very, 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 very strong.
Yeah, I mean, considering that Mo was able to get that down onto Gunfer, that means that a survivor would have had to have been doing nothing for so long, as they would have had to rotate all the way down to that down survivor, and I do believe they full resetted as well, so that would have been a big setback on the side of Resurrection right there, as Mo is going to be looking for a little bit of blood here. Not getting power, but I do believe considering that there is blood kind of just all over the map, there's probably some type of blood just around. And Mo just kind of going straight back to 6, as he kind of just saw... I actually don't know the callouts, I'll be completely honest. I've never scrimmed this map, so I'm not sure. But he did go back to that spot right there, and he did get power, and he's going back, as I do believe he probably would have saw a survivor. No, he didn't. It does look like he just saw the pallet and just wanted to... break it. So it does look like we do see some pressure on Nancy's gen. Gunfer is going to be playing for this 6th gen, and Mo is going to be popping that power, making sure that these survivors can't do much and have to stealth for the next couple, I don't think it's minutes, but the next couple's tens of seconds, I guess I could say. What?
I mean, yeah, we are coaching Gunther out here at a really, really petite filler. He's going to get the stun onto him, which is very, very interesting that he just swung through that. I believe this is down deep 6. I could be wrong. I believe my team improvised comms for this map. So please excuse me if I am wrong. But we are choosing to slug G Money there. We are going to find Curvin as well very, very early on. And we do get caught out. This is going to be another down as well. So if you are the Nancy right now, oh my god, you better be hiding. We are just going to opt to pick though. Assuming the Nancy will just rotate for the pick, as we do pop the gen, revealing our location. And I don't think Mo really gives a shit. He's sort of just going to pick up the other bro. Now he's marching down to that 12. Now, if Raven does not stealth this and doesn't get past, I don't know what to say. That was probably one of the biggest throws in the match, the whole entire of the set. This is just a throw. Unbelievable from Resurrection here. I'm not too sure about that play, Halo.
Yeah, it does look like, for some reason, our Nancy player will be popping that generator, and we won't be trading. It does look like we will be playing this filler first, potentially trying to pull without giving without trading, and it does look like he's just going to be trading Nia. Now the only one who is alive. Renato getting picked up as well, but just getting farmed. And now, oh my god, now you have 2 survivors who need to recover for the next 60 seconds or so, trying to get to full recovery, and Curvin needs to live with shack window, pretty much. That's literally it, and it's now just blocked for him. So now he has to rotate to somewhere what is an even worse pallet and even more far away from the down survivors. And Mo is probably just going to be playing around this. He's even getting bloodlust, and he's just going to be getting the down onto Nia. That is a 4k4. Oh, wait, is it 4k4? No, 4k3 I do believe, because I popped that last one now. 4k3 for Mo. I'm sorry, that is probably the best killer game I have seen in maybe my whole competitive Dead by Daylight career, because that is crazy. I don't think they have Unbreakable. I think they would have used it by now to pick each other up. That is it. That is a 4K3 for team. Sorry, I'm so flabbergasted right now. I can't even think of what team Mo is on. That is a 4K3 for team. Oh my god, for team Renewal. Oh my god.
In the great words of an old friend, Mo is not letting that shit slide. So my god, I guess he was right. Shout out to you, big fella. But yeah, I don't know, to be able to come out in a tiebreaker, and you know, whoever wins this next match, this next result could determine if you make semi-finals or not for that big $1,000 prize pool that we do have up for grabs for the first place. Well, not for first place, sorry, just overall for the whole tournament. Honestly, it's crazy. It's sort of what they call Himothy. Only real big players, big game players can do stuff like that. 4K3 in a tiebreaker on Oni versus the best Southeast Asia team in all of fucking Southeast Asia, of course. You know, like I don't know what to say. Like it gets to a point where you just got to sit there and go like, wow, like he's just him. He's just sort of him, and it proves to me that Mo is one of the ones. He's definitely one of the ones. But with all that being said, Resurrection do have one of the biggest challenges ahead, probably I've ever seen them have to go against. We're gonna have to see a 4K. So we're gonna have to see an unbelievable a game that I don't even think really can be matched by Gunther. 4K4 is gonna be your win con. So with all that being said, we will go into a short intermission. We will not count out G Money. G Money has done it before. G Money has done these things before. He knows how to perform. If anyone can 4K4, it will be G Money. But with all that being said, we will take a short intermission. Stay with us for our last game of the night, please. Welcome back. So, if you've only just joined us, the situation we have a 1-1, and we've just saw Mo 4K3. Now, what that means for our killer player this game, which is G Money Gunther, your Southeast Asia commissioner, he will have to 4K4, at best 4K3 for the Tycon. Only Dead Sands is. It sounds funny to say out loud, but it's definitely snowballable. Everyone knows it's definitely snowballable. We just saw Mo really snowball heavy, actually from G Money's era. So honestly, if there is a man to do this, I've actually seen him do this on Cold Tower, meeting a 4K3 win con when his team did get 4K2, I believe. And that was a crazy night. Tava, you were there again for that one. We were all there, mate. We are going to take a chase onto Sky very early on. Now, the approach to do this, I'm not even really sure. I do believe we match staff do make you lock builds beforehand. So having the brutal, maybe not really the pick he wants, and the eruption is probably not the build he overall wants. I would assume it's really just really basic only, not really 4K4 potential. I mean, no build is 4K4 potential. Let's be honest. But regardless, I thought maybe the first hit maybe would have come out by now. But Sky's doing a really good job, and this long wall is actually really annoying to play against as the killer. And he's really going to just play the pallet standoff. Kind of aura farming on G Money a bit here. Just really playing it. Does drop it. Plays the short side, and G Money's first tag is taking a lot longer than swings at the life too.
That is a short swing right there from the life, and I don't know if he has this pallet actually. No, he's going to be getting hit through that. Sorry, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not like very familiar with these tiles, but that is the first generator popping right there from our survivor side. This is the win con, and we do see Adam getting downed just before Corrupt once again. So whoa, pretty good chase from our Adam player Sky right there, and Gunfer will be just hooking right here. There is a pain res used, and maybe if we go on the survivor side, maybe they are doing some type of crazy maneuvers and able to make the 4K I believe it's 4K2 when sorry Jones, I don't know.
No, you're alright, mate. It's the first look does come through, as you said. Again, it's a 4K4 win con. There's not really much you can do if you're Gunther right now. It's a bit shit
when you were part of the Survivor team that did get 4K'd, and now you have the liberty to try and 4K at higher gens in the corresponding trial. But this is the game we play. This is the game we play. And honestly, it's very, very insane that we're even considering that he is even the conversation to be able to 4K for, because he is that type of player. But regardless, you know, Mo played really, really well. We're sending the Vault here down deep 6. I believe this is down 5 side, and I believe this is our near. I actually can't see who it is there. Mo just gonna sort of linger around. ADHD it was. He's choosing to pop power. Now, this could be the biggest play of the night. If he's able to find one survivor, turn that into 2, turn that into 3, well, you'd be Jesus and has he'd be called the gambler for the rest of his life. We do find one cord out here, so if we do find one more, this is going to be very, very big. I'm not too sure. We see this gen chugging away as well, so we can only assume maybe there's another survivor around. We did see a head on its end. That's your third survivor. We're going to find one more now. Oh my goodness, golly gosh, we're picking up. Oh my.
Now, I think if Gunfire had just a little bit more of his only power, he definitely could have maneuvered his, power and able to actually get the 4K4. That was crazy, a crazy throw from our Survivor side right then. Hopefully they can recover from it, and it does look like Gunfire will just be looking around this side. I do believe we do have a pain res just around this area, so probably looking to use that pain res once he finds that Survivor, but it does look like he has just kind of crawled away, and we actually do find the crawled Survivor as well, so this is a pain res also being used right here, and or most likely as he is going to be opting for this look, which I hope is also pain res, and yeah, oh my god, this might actually be doable for the killer side. I wasn't there for the time he 4K freed, to be honest, Jams, I wasn't, but Jams, I actually think that this actually might be possible for our killer side, considering he has Eruption, considering he has 3 stacks of, pain res, and considering it's Gunfire, and, you have been kind of, glazing him a little bit, and he only glazed the right people. I do think that he actually has it, and we do actually find ADHD, and Jake Park. Dog is going to be also working on a generator right here. He's going to be able to get his power. ADHD is just going to be trading for this, and Dog is probably just going to be sticking this gen. He does not want to risk it. He's playing for this tie, and it does look like the survivors are going to do their best to try and not just tumble just like how Resurrection did.
If he somehow goes straight to this gen, that's 3 survivors injured. If he sends to this gen right now in power, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. There's no way. Send it, RB. Send it, RB. Tell me he goes to the gen. Tell me he goes to the gen. Oh my god, he was 1 second. He was 1 second away from doing the greatest thing in Dead by Daylight history. I'm not even shitting you, bro. I'm not even joking. Holy fuck. Well played to Gunther. We are going into a tiebreaker, and I best hope that we are streaming these tiebreakers. My fucking god, what some amazing games we've got. Well played to Gunther, well played to Mo. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, but a 4K free is still a crazy result. Mo getting 4K free, that's crazy. That's just crazy. Gunfire once again playing the macro demon he is, out of his mind, able to secure that 4K free as well, and Jumps, that would have literally been a 4K4 if he was there 1 second earlier. That was an amazing game to watch. I was genuinely, oh my god, that was crazy. I loaded into this, and I was almost so sure that Renewal had this in the bag. Now, not gonna lie, I was kind of happy for Renewal to win. But now that Gunfire has just showed his true potential of 4K frame, this just changes the game, Jams. This is a crazy game. Oh my god.
I am literally out of breath. Obviously because I'm fat. Titties, shout out the bro, of course. But honestly, I can't lie. Jesus Christ, G Money, take a bow, my son. Mo, take a bow, my boy. Yeah, Gunther got hit with the Mo special. Sorry. Mo got hit with the Gunther special. Then Mo turned around 4K'd, and then Gunther turned around in 4K'd, and I'm just gobsmacked, bro. I cannot wait to see a repeat of these sets. Hopefully, we can get a bit more of a traditional,
actual only sets where we don't see a 4K4 and a double 4K3s, I should say, sorry. My God, bro. This is insane. This is your grand finals before your grand finals. Shout out to Gospel, but this is amazing to watch. We will take a really, really brief intermission. Please, I beg you, stay with us. This is the best games you'll ever watch. OC, EU, ever. You know, OSL has the best games, and I truly believe that. So stay with us, and we'll come back very, very shortly. And welcome back, OSL, to what is probably your most intense match you've ever seen, ever, in my opinion. This is down to the wire, nitty gritty. G Money and Mo, as I was saying to you before, like, might have overglazed them, but I think it's very well warranted right now. You can see why these guys are very, very held in a high regard. Sorry, my hands are still shaking, as if my hands are shaking over DBD comp. That's a bit unemployed business. But regardless, we are going to have to get into another only tiebreaker. Now, this will be a reverse up of what we saw last time. So this time we'll actually be playing the tiebreaker, as that's the set they tied. Last time we saw a tiebreaker, it was the second set and the tiebreaker. We saw a back-to-back tie. So very, very good to see that after this, assuming there's not another tie, we will have a definitive winner. Because we're going to keep going until there's a winner. We're just going to keep rolling it until one of these teams comes out. And honestly, with the way it's been looking, I don't know. Before I came into this matchup, we are going to take a chase right onto ADHD very early on. Quick side note, before we are getting tagged over that pallet. Sorry if I'm eating my mic. That was my bad. I was scratching my ear. But before this game, we are just going to swing around the 12 filler halo. So I just wanted to step in before I throw it off to you, big little fella. Before this game, I would have said Renewal had it in a 2-1 setting. And I'm a big G Money fan saying that as well. So to see this, I'm at a point where I don't know now. I have no idea who's going to win this. It's really, really exciting.
I do not know either, although the Survivor is under a pallet. We won't be playing for the pallet save, and that was actually a way earlier down than the past previous Oni games, and we will be hooking right here on this Pain Res hook. So yeah, actually not a bad start for Gunfer at all, and the Survivors hopefully have some decent progress, because Gunfer did kind of just waste some time, kind of just looking around for that potential pallet save, stealth. And Dog actually getting found around the shack here is going to be rotating to this corner of the map where Gunfire doesn't want to be involved. So, not actually a bad start from both sides, although the survivors are kind of just running around. Potentially, maybe you want to be a little bit more aggressive on the generators, although I can't really say much myself, as we do actually see a survivor just on this interesting tile. I'm not 100% sure what the name is. We do see a generator popping. I believe it's 7 from what you said previously, Joms, and yeah, actually not the worst start from both sides. I do like how we're actually leaving this on to the more later sides, considering that Gunfer is camping quite hard. So, yeah, not bad. Maybe we can go to the killer side of the spec.
Well said, little Luca. Yeah. It's a very, very intricate set, Oni. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of positioning, and honestly a lot of micro. So everything's sort of combining into one here. We are going to see ADHD get pulled in the background, and that means Gunther is going to turn around and start his tunnel out straight onto I believe this is, as I said, ADHD. I could be wrong though. We are going to get stunned again, Smash Hit. I'm going to make deep 6. And honestly, bro,
this is really, really quite looking like a decent chase. He's able to make this filler, able to be able to play this pallet as well. Maybe not, I've spoken too early. He's going to be able to just swing through it. G Money, able to get this tunnel out, I believe, very, very early into the game. I believe this is the death onto ADHD if I'm not smoking. I'm not smoking. Beautiful. So we do see a gen pop in the background. That's going to be 4K3 as it stands. Sorry, not 4K3. It's going to be 2 gens popped as it stands. So we're already at the same result for the last couple of games. So already looking a bit better. I think he's set himself up to try and 4K1, 4K0 this. That's a very early tunnel out against a very, very... he's a good killer.
Yeah, we do actually see the first death, 4K3, which is actually probably on the more better side for Gunfire, unfortunately, you know. Maybe the chasers maybe just could have been just a tad little bit more better so that they could have popped another generator in 4K2 with some nice, beautiful progress. And we do actually see Adam committing this generator for a tag, and he will be giving Leone his power as Gunfire actually is going to be able to commit this. I guess he does know that he does have his eruption on those generators where he likes, and a little bit of interesting puffing from Sky. We're not going to be swinging that. Guy playing very, very, very patient. I do like this patient play style from Sky. I really do. Winning those 50s as well, a little bit of... oh my god, I'm sorry, this chase is a little bit hard to process here. Sky playing the 6 spots very nicely and actually breaking away into this other pallet we have here. And this pallet is actually quite strong, and we do actually see another generator pop. So that's already... we're already at 4K1. This chase from Sky is actually so good. Wow, that was actually a really, really good fucking chase, I'm sorry. But we do actually have some decent progress that's done from Nia right there. And we'll probably just see the Gunfire probably holding... He doesn't even have a freight end to be honest, but he'll probably just try to play Eruption and his generators. And hopefully get this 4K1. This is already looking really more better on the Survivor side. If we compare these chases to... not these chases, but this projection of result to other results. So yeah, and not bad from the Survivor side, to be honest, Shams.
Very, very intense. Very, very, very illustrious chase from the brother. I'm not too sure. That was very, very hastily pulled onto Lucky Boy there from our Jake. And our Jake is going to... a dog, the team captain, actually coming in and hasn't had the best day. He's had a bit of a down day, but hopefully he can perform a nice chase here and probably secure some outs for his team, as Gunther's not really looking in a very nice position. This is more what you'd expect when you verse the Oni. As I was saying, even as we were alluding to that tunnel out very early in the game, it was still looked like a 4K0 potentially outs, and we're at that 4K1. This gen's chugging away, and he's going to apply the eruption on it, and he's going to try and look for what I'm assuming is a stranded survivor down at the bottom side of the map. Has to really invest some time into looking for someone here, and has to hope he does find someone. We see the blood really sitting there. Is going to try and 180 the survivor around the pallet there. He's going to opt to leave Sky there and go all the way down to 2 side. Maybe catch someone out. I'm not too sure if survivors would be sitting gens while you're in power, big fella. Maybe they would be playing esoteric enough. Shout out Sir Smunk for teaching me that word. We are going to take a chase onto the bro dog now. Again, the team captain, as I was saying, down on the TNL. Gunther is going to get that down with eruption. Might have to look to see if he gets aura. He's going to face the wall here. Probably backs himself in. Knows that he can maybe make the pain resonance hook if dog is the pain res, of course. My golly gosh, I'm losing my voice. Casting these insane games. We do see the reset come in the background as well. That was a pain res. We do have little trinklets of blood around this sort of sloped down gen, which is actually quite good for the killer, all things considered, considering he does have, I believe he has, they're not good gens. They're pretty average gens, I'll be honest. But yeah, I do think this is outs. At the end of the day though, no matter what happens, whoever wins this, both teams should be super proud as we catch up the Sky there, just looking like a deer, fog in the headlights, no pun intended. Yeah, well played to Gunther there to be able to catch up the rotation on the backside there, Halo.
Yeah, I mean, this this is actually probably in favor of the Survivor side. Although Sky definitely just threw just quite a little bit right. They're going to be giving Gunfire just that free down, that free pressure. Not really what you want to see. No, but yeah, no. Gunfire is going to be getting that power, that little bit of blood right there. As we did have 3 injured survivors about 1 minute ago, and Gunfire popping his power actually. So we're going to play these 3 generators right here. Going to be pulling as well, and maybe a little bit of a bait right there, trying to get him away. And we actually do spot Nia right here. We are going to see the down also. A little bit of a 90-degree flick trying to hide behind the generator is not going to work on Gunfire. And Nia is just going to go straight down. Our 1 healthy survivor right there. Lucky boy. And, we do have 2 injured survivors, so I can only assume they'll probably rotate something really deep and just make sure that they can reset. And can I just catch up to the game's progress, because I feel like Gunfire is kind of just peeping a little bit ahead right now. Potentially, if this keeps going exactly like this, the chases aren't that good, people are getting found, free info is given, I think that it is going to potentially be a 4K1. But actually, we do see Dog just stealing the generator, so maybe potentially just trying to find that generator. Maybe a very tactical play right there. It does look like our Gunfire is going to be... No, he's not going to be checking the generator Dog is on. He's actually going to be doing a little bit of a bait right there. 360 around the shack and into this edge where he's actually just going to be able to find Sky, and a 180 flick right there. Insta. Just getting that. Oh my god. Dog is now our last survivor, and we know that he was on that last generator. This is looking like a 4K1, and Dog is actually just going to be going around. I can't see what's happening, and Dog is just going to be going down. 4K1 for Gunfire. Another really, 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 really solid result for Team Resurrection. Gunfire getting that 4K3 and then 4K1, to be honest. That just shows that he's obviously a very consistent and good player right there, James. That was a good game.
And a game that looked like could have been in Renewal's favor has now come down to a 4K1. G Money really, really asserting dominance into this game right now. This is what the big players do. I believe he is a 6-time 20 winner for this reason. G Money, C Commissioner. Now the problem is for Gunther, if you are Gunther, or Resurrection that is, or even just a fan of Resurrection, you still have to get the job done against Mo. And considering we just watched 2 4K3s and a 4K1, which in a game that probably should have been out against this one, Mo 4K1ing this next game is not even like out of the realm of possibility. He's gonna have to carry. He's gonna have to put his team on the shoulders. To think that Renewal might get knocked out in the first round of finals versus an amazing team in Resurrection, it's insane. It is insane. But at the end of the day, we will go into a really, really, really short intermission, and I'm hoping we can see one of the bros perform from the side of Renewal, that is being Mo. So we'll go to a short intermission. We'll come back and we'll get into it. Please stay with us. Blockbuster matchup between Resurrection versus Renewal. Thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a great turnout. Honestly, these teams have been performing amazingly. This makes me very happy to see the level of competition that we've been able to bring in this season, and I think everyone can safely agree that this is a new point for us. But with all that being said, let's crack onto our TB. Let's crack onto our last set, Mo. Everyone is expecting him to be able to perform here. Now, the problem is I would argue he needs a 4K2 or 4K0, because he either needs to win or lose, not tie, because I am tired and my voice is very drained. But regardless, Big Mo going to get stunned there. We are going to take a chase onto, I believe this is, I'm not too sure I think this is Alexandre if we're sticking to previous survivors. So Mo, really, really long chase to start off here. Very good from Alexandre to be able to play a filler and then make the shack. He's actually going to have a couple of loops of shack. Mo going to go for the N1 mind game here. A bit of Otstava about him. Alexandre just Gonna play Shaq to the best of his abilities, forces the Volt out, probably gonna have to give up the pallet on this rotation, does give up the pallet, and Mo's gonna opt to just leave after all that. We do catch out Gunther now, the man of the hour, who has been performing. So the 1v1 recommences. We are gonna give up a tag behind the 4 lane here, is G Money. Not the best delay of a hit on his tile that he was provided with or chosen. Regardless, it is very deep into the corrupt now, so it really kind of, you know, it makes you think, like, is Mo falling behind a little bit? Because I'm starting to think maybe this first chase is lasting a tad longer than it should be. G Money is sort of just making it across the map, running to a filler that has already been used, so opting to go edge. And honestly, very, very, very good chase from the bro Gunther and Alexandre to start off our games. Very, 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 you know, interesting go. Mo will have power for this hook though.
Yeah, it does look like Mo is just going to be taking that hook onto Gunfire, and we got it down just around when Corrupt ended, and we also did pop a generator as well, so great gen efficiency from our survivors here is definitely what you need if you did want to win this set. And, you know, I could say set, or I could say game, because whoever does win this set is going to be the winner of the overall matchup. But we do see Mo is going to be popping the power as he does get LOS onto our Renewal player right here, going through the pallet, and we do see Elsa getting that cheeky stun, and Gunfa actually is going to be kind of being a little bit jiggy here, trying to go around this big rock, and that is just going to be the down onto Gunfire. I don't know how I feel about that play personally. Maybe he just didn't want to get zoned on that rock, although we kind of just gave him a free down by doing that, and we're already the win con. Mo, if I'm not wrong, needs to 4K right now if he actually wants a chance at winning. And also, I don't know if I'm tweaking John's, but Devour Hope, I don't know if he's been running that whole time, but I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, he's run Devour Hope every single set, unironically. This is the only set that it's actually eventuated to last more than the first 3 gens of the trial popping, from my knowledge. So, yeah, not a bad start for the team of as we do make that edge map little window here connecting to this really, really obscure tile. I do believe they don't have a lot of gen pressure right now. G Money is in the basement. Alex is playing these 50s on this pellet. He is going to get pulled in the background. Alex playing this tile amazingly. Doesn't make it back to this double filler though, which is not the worst delay of chase there, actually. That was quite a good hit. It doesn't make it too good when you get mind gamed at the tile. The same tile, though, right on the active gen, does have power. This will be a third hook. Now, what this means, ladies and gentlemen, is once he leaves this hook, which I believe you will see him leave this hook and play very aggressive, he will have the Devour Hope active to go. Now, what does that mean? I don't know. If he'll able to perform, I think, you know, Oni's pretty much an instant down killer anyway. But regardless of all that being said, we are going to pop the power onto our stranded survivor down at the edge map. He has seen someone. He looks at the scratchies. We do have Curvin here. We are going to try and flick him, which just gives Curvin a bit more distance. We do see the reset onto Gunther in the background. Gunther is going to probably rotating for the pool now. We do see Curvin getting slugged, however, and Mo's going to return back to the top side, trying to look for the edge map stealth. This could be huge if he's able to find a third survivor in this trial, which could mean that Resurrection could be looking at getting 4K 2'd, but the power is slowly dwindling out. He's not really been able to find anyone. They're playing very, very slow, as they should. Doesn't see anyone on this tile. He's just trying to look and doesn't see very good stealthing from Resurrection. Really, really game-saving stuff, if you're going to be completely honest.
Yeah, that stealth from Resurrection is actually huge. I pretty much just denied any possibilities of being slugged, and also, while being very hidden, I've also got one person who's set up for the rotate onto Curvin and Alexandre, so they're very time efficient. They're being as efficient as they possibly could be, and I really do like to see that. And Mo is now kind of just back into that square one, kind of awkward position where he either has to clutch up right now, or he just does everything and he just ends up losing the match. So, I mean, Mo is just going to be looking around. It doesn't look like he can really find anyone. If I was on the Survivor side, I'd probably want to get Alexandre resetted, which I do. And it does look like we actually do spot out our Gunfer right here on the edge map. And I do believe this might be a free tag, although we do have this pallet. A very nice read from Gunfer right. They're going to be able to make that window as Mo is going to be going for a very ambitious vault, which is not going to eventuate into anything, as Gunfer is just going to be leaping this very nicely. Mo leaving for a second and coming back to Gunfer, knowing that he probably just has to commit, and a beautiful green from Gunfer is going to make this chase last so long and such a weak tile. And I do believe this is probably going to be the drop just about now. This is Bloodlust, and he is going to be getting hit through it. A little bit of bad ping right there, and Devour Hope value coming in clutch right there and getting that down onto Gunfer, although it might have just been cleansed.
Yeah, we do see Get Cleanse in the background, so only really getting a singular exposed down for his troubles. We'll be able to get Pentimento back up into this trial. We do see Alex's gen is very high, and Curvin and Raven are stacking, so Mo needs to make a decisive decision. If he goes to the wrong gen, it is over for him. He's going to have to grab Alex. That's just going to be the game over. They're going to pop the double in the background. GG to Resurrection. That is your game, set, match. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, that is going to be the win for Resurrection after such a long night. Renewal doing so well in the Spirit set and winning that set out, and then tying on the Oni is that's this. All of this is just going to lead up to Resurrection winning it out. So really unlucky for Mo. That to be honest, the game-changing thing I would say is that they were able to suffer. Mo had power when there was two people standing, and they were so efficient. It's actually insane how efficient this team is. It's kind of scary, to be honest. Like, it's crazy how they even had that much gem pressure, considering that Mo just committed Gunfer pretty much. Just for committing Gunfer, they have that much progress. And Gunfer, once again, that amazing chase that just probably just all led up to Resurrection winning the Oni set, which is going to be, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but fortunately or unfortunately, depends on how you look at it, that is going to be Resurrection winning it out, and that is crazy. 4K free tied, by the way. Gunfer, Mo, 4K free. Gunfer comes back and bites Renewal in the ass, gets 4K free again, tied up. And then Gunfer still gets a very fairly decent result of a 4K1, and Mo is just not able to outdo it. So, oh my god, that was just crazy, Doms.
Well said, big fella. Yeah, what a crazy match. I'm still shocked at the result, personally. Well played to Resurrection. Shout out you guys. You did very, very well. I'm very, very proud. Shout out to Renewal as well, a new team in OSL this season. Definitely will be invited back to season 4. Quality. I would go on record to say I thought Renewal was going to be a grand final favorite. Obviously, Resurrection had something to say about that. So well played, boys. Again, you played very well. With all that being said, though, we do have 2 games up tomorrow for your Sunday evening game. So we will have Zetsubo versus Sanity, and we will have Void versus Kaito Kids, respectively, at 6 p.m. AEST and 7:30 AEST. Zetsubo with the pick of Mastermind, Sanity with the pick of Cenobite, and a Plague set if it does meet the tiebreaker. On the Void and Kaito Kid side of the spectrum, we do have a Lich set, a Demogorgon set, and a Blight set. Now, I would be completely lying if I said if I knew who picked what. Regardless, follow the Twitter, follow the Discord. This is the first week of finals. Tomorrow will be the last day of finals, week 1, which means we'll only have 2 weeks left. We'll start going into the BO5s once we get into the semi-finals, and then the big BO7 for the grand final. So only 2 weeks left of OSL until we go into that small off season, which, believe me, it will be a small off season. We do have things planned for the end side of that during the downtime of the tournaments. But regardless, thank you, Halo, for casting with me. It was actually a crazy night, crazier than I expected, little man. So thank you for that. Thank you to everyone who popped up in chat. Shout out to the streamer Gurun. Shout out to Hunter. Shout out Tavi. Shout out Clara. Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your night, and please be safe.